Hey guys, it's me again. And today I wanted to talk about having a parent that looks different than you, basically, or like is a different skin color than you. Because, as I've mentioned many times before, my dad is dark skinned, bro. Both my parents are mixed. They're both mestizos, but my mom is light skin. My dad is dark skin. He's got curly hair. Um, he honestly looks like Latino John Goodman. I'll try and see if I can find a few pictures of me and him, like when I was a baby, to together. But like, yeah, he. If you guys know Don Francisco, from the variety show. He looks like Don Francisco but brown. um. Anyway, yeah. You know. And I would hear that a lot as a kid. That's not your dad. There's no way that's your dad. So on and so forth. Because like I said, you guys can I have green eyes, and back then I had super blonde hair, and but this just I wanted to make this video not only to say that that wrecks a young kid, right? Because you start doubting yourself. You start actually like starting to believe um people, but this is more of like a US problem because the US has a very strict definition of race. It's kind of like they they forget that white passing people exist. Like I don't know what to say, brothers and sisters. I'm sure all of you are aware that, you know, race, I hate this term again, because it's been so overused, but it's kind of a social construct. It exists on a spectrum, and you know, the US is very strict, but obviously in Latin American countries, since we're so intermixed, it's a roll of the die, and it's not as strict. And you know, um yeah, I just Americans are very weird about it. And you know what's funny, guys, is that both my paternal grandparents are also, they're mixed, but they're also light skinned, and my dad literally came out brown, bro, brothers and sisters. Like, it happens. It's very rare, but it happens. Um and and so yeah, but bro, I can't tell you what that did to me as a kid. Like, and like it just, it's like people are gaslighting your half of your very being, of your very existence, right? Like, and I've heard similar stories from um other people who are a different skin color than their biological parents. And like, man, I just don't know what to say. Like, it all comes with a misunderstanding of how um genetics works, really, because they they think there's this concept in genetics called um either something is it's directly heritable. Like, I'm sure you guys have done like Punnett squares and stuff where you deduce the probability of inheriting a trait based on um recessive and dominant genes. Well, people think that applies across the spectrum when the truth is that that sort of way of working with in gene inheritance only works for comparatively simple organisms with simple genotypes, not with humans that have like literally billions of base pairs, brothers and sisters, and interactions with several genes that we don't even understand how they interact with other genes. It's kind of like, um, you know, a big computer program. You change one thing, and all of a sudden, a system that you've built up somewhere else starts to behave weirdly because of that one change in another place. That's kind of how it is with human genes and phenotypical expression and stuff, bro. But of course, people don't want to understand the nuance. They don't want to understand the complexity, and like little kids literally are getting traumatized because of that, bro. And they doubt themselves, and that affects their self esteem. And I my heart goes out to um people that are in those situations, and that like where people don't acknowledge your complexity like that. Alright guys, thank you for listening.